Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Big up to everyone locked in over on Chelsea Fan TV as always, and welcome to your daily transfer update. And guys, it's been a busy day today. Lots of news, lots going on. But as I was saying in the video earlier on my channel, Moises Caicedo to Chelsea. I think it's going to be done this week, and it is seemingly edging ever closer. He skipped training today at Brighton to try and force a move through to Chelsea. Things are gathering pace with the Caicedo's Chelsea news. Obviously missed the friendly against Rayo Vallecano yesterday for Brighton's supposed hamstring tightness, but again, I think that's we've seen how that one plays out before. So yeah, people, we are banging here. We are banging here. There's lots to go through. Caicedo skips training to try and force a move to Chelsea. Pochettino reportedly wants 4 more signings. A bid for Tyler Adams is going to go in imminently as well. Chelsea are also working on a bid for Crystal Palace's Michael Elise. And Mohamed Kudus to Brighton is not fully done yet. Ajax have set Brighton a deadline of 48 hours to try and get the player to join the club as well. So that's not fully dead yet. Chelsea and Juventus are due for a new round of talks in regards to Lukaku and Dusan Vlahovic. Juventus are insisting on 34.5 million and Lukaku, but Pochettino needs to say yes or no on Vlahovic. Chelsea are also exploring whether there's any other possibilities for Lukaku to go anywhere else. West Ham could make a move for Amanda Broja. And of course, in relation to Moises Caicedo, people, Pedro Almeida is reporting that a deal between, he's a Portuguese journalist, but a deal between Chelsea and Brighton for Caicedo is in the final stages. People, it looks like we could be getting closer to this deal being done. Anyway, loads to dive into. Make sure you smash a like on both streams. Make sure you subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already, guys. Remember, at 5K on my channel, there'll be another giveaway, a Chelsea training top of your choice from the upcoming Chelsea training top from the upcoming season's range, guys. So chance to get your hands on one of those. The quicker we get to 5K, the quicker you've got a chance of winning one of those. So make sure you do subscribe and smash the likes, people. But yeah, let's say hello to a few people in the chat. Let's see what people are saying, and then we will dive into the main news, people. There is lots to get into. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we'll get into this Caicedo stuff. RD, big up as always, my guy. Tyron's very good sign of a 20 million sound player overall. Absolutely. Blues family, big up. Yep, we also got the news that Neymar has apparently, according to L'Equipe, and now confirmed on Sky Sports News as well, he's told PSG that he wants to leave the club. Now, he can say that, but whether any offers come in that PSG deem acceptable for him is another question. But we know that Chelsea obviously would potentially be an interested party, or will certainly get linked to him. Yep, exactly that. We're going to get into that. Heard some rumours about Nkunku. Yeah, is that as well? Some rumours that Nkunku could be out for one to 2 months potentially, but we're going to dive into that. Henry, I hope you're good. I'm feeling a bomber coming tonight on Caicedo. Yeah, maybe. Nkunku 10, big up. Not good news about Nkunku. Again, that's one random account on Twitter. It's not actually been confirmed by the club or any credible journalist. So let's wait and see on that one before we get too depressed about it. Angeline, big up. Jamie, hope you're doing, mate. Hope you're doing well. Michael, big up as always. What else we got here? Yes, Smoke, big up. Already accepted that Caicedo isn't going to play for Chelsea against Liverpool. I've still got hope that could happen, Michael. I've still got hope. Yeah, we're going to bring that one up as well. Yes, Show Till I Die, big up. Shavindra, big up. I blame the awful US pitch. Yeah, it was a shocking pitch. It really was. It was like a field. It was terrible. Can we bring back Felix on loan? No, because at the moment, Felix only wants Barcelona, or he is going to be packing his bags and going to Saudi Arabia. So yeah, that's the market for Felix. I think probably Carney Chukwuemeka at this point in time, because I can't see anyone else coming in and do that unless we go for Mohamed Kudus. Carlton, big yourself up. So much love to you. Let's get behind Poch and the team. Yep, absolutely. I blame us for playing there. We wanted the game there all for money. I mean, look, the game was always going to go ahead. It was the same for both teams. It's just unfortunate that we seemingly got struck down with it. Well, yeah, but I can't see that happening because PSG have just signed Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica. So that certainly isn't going to be happening there. Again, look, this could have happened to anyone. It could have happened to anyone. Nkunku's not a massively injury-prone player, in my opinion. Yes, he missed the World Cup with an injury, and he had a bit of an injury towards the end of for the first part of the season with Leipzig. It's actually that same one, I think. No, Joao Felix Boat is sold yet. Well, because we're going to play 4-2-3-1, so you would expect a 10 to play. Mate, I'm going to be tuning into that for sure. Boys, I think it is happening. It's happening. Big up. Yes, Dexter. Caicedo coming. I think it is, people. I think we're getting close now. Darth, big up as always. Yes, Caicedo. If Spurs won't let them have Kane, perhaps we can persuade Tommy to give Lukaku another go. Yeah, wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. He was decent for Fiorentina. Had a good goal scoring record for Juventus. No two ways about it. Last season wasn't great, but he still scored more goals than any Chelsea player managed to score. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's up to Pochettino and what he decides to do, really. Caicedo off training. Must bring Caicedo to Chelsea. It's getting close. Caicedo's coming. 12th in the league and the world's best players desperate to join us. Yeah, only one team in London. We're massive. This is the week. This is the week. I know we've said it for so many weeks, Shayna. We've said it for so many weeks, but yeah, I've got the feeling. I've put the video out. That could come back to bite me, but I think this is the week, guys. I really do think it's the week. Yes, kind of big up. That young striker, Wahi, we're linked with. He looks decent. Yep, he does. But the plan was to sign him and for him to go on loan. But now we're going to get that David Washington from Santos. I'm not sure we're still going to get him. I think Caicedo is definitely coming. No new news on a new striker. Reasonably. It could be done today or tomorrow. But I don't think today. Let's wait and see. Again, it's a random Twitter account with a couple thousand followers. I mean, anyone could tweet that out. So look, I don't want to discredit people instantly, but until it's confirmed by any reliable sources, it's still hearsay at this point in time. Top Bins, big up. Any news on Caicedo? Yep, we're going to get into that. DOB, what's up, my guy? Tyler and Caicedo should be wrapped up ASAP. Yep, let's hope so. Apparently, if Al Ittihad's pursuit of Salah is unsuccessful, they'll go after Sterling. Fantastic. Sounds brilliant to me. No, bro. I haven't, mate. I've just come down to see some family for a few days this week. So this is why the setup has changed. But the graft doesn't stop people. We're going to still be bringing the content, just a slightly different setup. I'll be back in the original setup towards the end of this week. Don't worry, people. Big up, it's done. Well, I hope so. Yeah, he is injured, but we don't know how severely yet. Lobo, big up. Oh, weeks injuries. Yeah, I know. Well, weeks technically is months, more than a week, much respect as always. Yes, big up from Oz. So we definitely need more attackers in. Yes. What have we got here? Yes, big up people. Big up everyone. Guys, if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, then make sure you use the super chat function. It's greatly appreciated. I will try and get through as many of these as I can, but I will have to skip some out. Neymar for Sterling. Yes, any sponsorship news? No sponsorship news, Lee. As long as I'd be more than happy to get sponsorship news on next Tuesday, the day after the shirt comes out. So as long as we can buy it sponsorless, the sponsors don't bother with any sponsor news until the day after the shirt comes out on next Monday. Who's the actual midfield target? So Caicedo and Tyler Adams. You could get the here we go from Fabrizio. Could do. You never know. I'm not believing anything on Kunku until Poch confirms it. Yeah, the club's confirmed nothing yet, guys. So again, there's no need for us to worry too much about it right now. Starting to believe this is still going to happen. Yeah, everything's pointing in that direction. Caicedo finally pushing for the move. Yes. No updates on shirt sponsorship. And Kunku injury, nothing confirmed by the club. Santos over Tyler Adams. I think we need 4 options in the pivot. Enzo, Adams, Caicedo, and Santos would be my options. Anyway, I'm a Spurs fan. With all due respect, we are much bigger than you. Okay, mate. Okay. Someone's had too many beers today. What's up? Yes, mate. What's going on? Let's see Caicedo forcing Brighton's hand. Things are happening, people. Things are happening, guys. But we need 4 players for the pivot, so he would be one of those players. Premier League for Chelsea, go blue. Let's hope so. But yeah, guys, let's dive into this Moises Caicedo news then, people. There is a lot to get into. Make sure you run the likes up. Run the likes up, people. 100 likes target on my channel, as there always is. There's already, within 10 minutes, that we've got 50 likes on the board, guys. This could be a 200 likes night. Let's try and make it happen, guys. Anyway, what have we got here? It's looking quite good. Poch is doing a good job so far. I know we'll do great this season. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Quick question with sponsorship. They don't have to read mine out again. Do you know what positions Poch is chasing? Well, I would imagine 2 midfielders, an attacking midfielder / winger, kind of a hybrid position, and he's keen for another striker. I don't think Brighton care if Caicedo misses training. Maybe they don't. Caicedo making his moves. Yes. Yeah, that's the aim. That's the aim. Guys, hit the likes. Run the likes up, people. We know the score here. We know the score here, guys. Already 100 of us locked in. Big numbers tonight on Monday. Anyway, I think Caicedo gets done before Liverpool game. That's what I'm going for. Why are we going after Adams and Elise, who are injured? Well, Adams, I think, is not that far away from fitness. And Elise, I think Chelsea are waiting for more confirmation on that deal. But, guys, we are going to dive into the news of the moment. So, obviously, it was confirmed. Well, it first came out from Spanish outlet Relevo, and then obviously subsequently confirmed by Nizar Kinsella. There has been a new Fabrizio tweet, apparently. Let's get this one up instead. Chelsea and yes, here we go. Not here we go, but yeah. I'm going to get to that in a sec. So this subsequently here confirmed that Moises Caicedo did not train today and instead picked up his belongings and is waiting for Chelsea. This is big, people. I think, with the events from yesterday that he obviously didn't play against Real Vallecano, Brighton trotting out the nonsense that he's got a slight injury, towing that club line. But the reality of the situation is that it's clear that he's refused to play. And he's now not turned up to training either, which I'm not condoning this behaviour from professional footballers, but when it's Chelsea involved and it means us getting a player, then I'm absolutely all over it. And it absolutely has to happen. So, yeah, sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. You've got to force a move. You've got to do your thing. He's a 21-year-old lad. He's desperate for the move. So I think this is going to happen now. This is going to happen. But yeah, guys, so he's not turned up for training, which is a big plus. Didn't play yesterday either. We had Brighton trotting out that tight hamstring. We had the same thing with Cucurella last summer as well. He missed the game against Espanyol, and then supposedly with a slight calf strain, and then 6 days later he joined Chelsea. So let's wait and see whether we get a similar situation with Caicedo. But I think it's clear that he isn't really injured, even if he had a slight hamstring tightness. You don't get directors coming out and commenting about that on the club website or anything like that. So, yeah, it's absolutely clear that this is what is going to happen, people. Absolutely clear, guys, that we are in business here. Caicedo to Chelsea is gathering pace, people. It's gathering pace. We've then had another update from Fabrizio as well, people. Let's bring that one up on the screen now. Let me just quickly bring that up. That Chelsea and Brighton are back in direct contact for Caicedo. So Chelsea and Brighton are back in direct talks as expected for Caicedo deal. Moises didn't play on Sunday as clear indication that he wants to leave the club, which is brilliant news. Brilliant news. We always know that he wanted to leave the club. We knew that Brighton were going to play hardball here. And do you know what? I do appreciate that actually really Caicedo and his representatives haven't done him a massive favour in terms of including no release clause in that contract. It was always going to make things a lot more difficult. Brighton are maintaining that he's tied down to a long-term contract. Yes, he is tied down to a long-term contract, but at the end of the day, he wants out, he wants to leave, and no football club is going to keep a player at their club that does not want to be there. It just isn't worth the hassle. It's not worth the hassle. So look, for me, I think this is getting closer, people. I think this is getting closer. What are you lot saying in the chat? This is definitely it now. Caicedo is on his bike to Stamford Bridge. Yeah, people, it's coming. It is coming. Like we've been sat tight. We've been sat patient for so many weeks with this Caicedo stuff. Will he? Won't he? Loads of people saying we need to walk away. Loads of people saying we're wasting our time. I said earlier in a video on my channel, this is the week it's going to happen. Caicedo will be a Chelsea player this week, and I stick by that. And with the events that have come out over yesterday and today, like the here we go is just gonna hit differently. This one could be better than the Enzo Fernandez one. I mean, people, what do you think is going to be better out of the two? The Enzo Fernandez here we go, or the Moises Caicedo here we go? Which one do you reckon is gonna feel better, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Can't wait for the here we go tomorrow. Do you think we should hijack Kudos? Yeah, potentially. I hope Caicedo not injury prone. No, he doesn't think so. I don't think so. Exclusive deal between Chelsea and Brighton is in fight. Yeah, I've seen that on there as well. The daggers, yeah, it's going to hit different. It's going to be mad. There's no point keeping a player who does not want to stay. He won't give it all on the pitch. You're better off cashing in. Absolutely, absolutely. I fully agree on that. Everyone's saying Caicedo. Caicedo will start even if he arrives a day before the Liverpool game. Yeah, no, he will. Caicedo. Enzo saying that Enzo one's going to hit this is better. I mean, yeah, the Enzo one was mad. It was a mad one, but this one's going to feel better, I think. I think we'll top the Enzo. Here we go. Let's be honest. Everybody was so surprised about that one. Yeah, Southampton and Brighton are so annoying and obsessed with their 50 mil and 100 mil. Courtois did that to us to move to Madrid. Yeah, he did. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Caicedo, here we go. We'll hit different. Enzo. Caicedo will be a new number 7 or number 8 next season. Maybe. Caicedo should have chosen Arsenal. No, mate. Arsenal won a glorified preseason friendly and getting way ahead of their station. Enzo, yeah. Caicedo, Daryl, big up my guy. Enzo and Caicedo as a midfield is different gravy, mate. It's going to be mad. What does Tyler Adams bring? I'm going to get into that. So I hope you're good. Caicedo has been negotiating for 3 months. Enzo was not that long. Well, it could have been that long, but we had to get it done in a month because it was the January window. What else have we got here? I just want to hear. Here we go, mate. We all do. Caicedo's got more Prem experience. Colwell and Caicedo could play together in the Liverpool game. Absolutely. Jacob, big up as always, my guy. Arsenal have no UCLs. Chelsea too. Yeah, Arsenal are fully in their banter mode. I mean, yeah, the Enzo was epic, but I think this one is going to feel great as well. I mean, I probably would just say the Enzo one, but yeah, for sure. What else we got here? Neymar's up for sale as well. I mean, look, he's going to get linked to Chelsea because Chelsea are going to be one of the only teams that can afford him. But no, I can't see it. I personally can't see it. Apparently, there's been a Ben Jacobs tweet as well. Let's have a look what Ben's saying here. Has there been a new Ben Jacobs tweet? There has indeed. Let's bring that up on the screen now and see what he is saying now. But yeah, guys, I don't want to. I'm not saying I told you so. I'm not getting ahead of my stations here, but I think this is finally the week, people, that it is going to happen. I think we are going to get that. Here we go. And for Caicedo to feature in against Liverpool on the opening day of the season, he needs to be registered with the Premier League by midday on Friday. Even if we play on Sunday, it makes no difference. You've got to be registered by midday on the Friday to feature in the opening round of the Premier League fixtures, people. That's how it works. Those are the rules. So Ben Jacobs saying in this little thread here, Moises Caicedo missed Brighton training today to make a statement and try and force a move to Chelsea. Proper Chelsea, my guy. Those close to the player insist he is not injured. Brighton still maintaining he has a minor hamstring issue. Caicedo is again asked to move before the season starts. Brighton's position remains that they don't wish to sell and Chelsea must meet their valuation. A new Chelsea bid is imminent. So now we finally, after everyone, people have been going on about Chelsea, about needing Caicedo to do more. Well, now more is happening. More is happening, guys. This is the one, people. This is the one. So he didn't play yesterday. He missed training today. I don't know what more of a message Brighton need that this guy does not want to be at the football club. He wants to leave. Yes, I fully appreciate that Chelsea need to put the money on the table. And I think we are obviously taking our time, putting a package together that we think that is finally, at the 5th time of asking, going to be acceptable. But this is what we have been waiting for. We have been waiting for Moises Caicedo to give us that, to push for that move, whether it was missing training, whether it was refusing to play. And that is exactly what we've got. That is exactly what we've got, people. And it's exactly what we need. And now let's hope that this can potentially start to push the deal further along, because that is really what we are looking for. It's what we need. And now I think in the next couple of days, we are going to get some big news on this. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I think that's got to be it. Look, I think it's clear that someone's lying here. And as the famous Fabrizio thing says, we'll soon see who's lying. And I think it's clear that it's Brighton. Those close to the player maintaining that he's not injured. Brighton saying he is injured. Brighton aren't exactly going to come out and say, oh yeah, he's missing training. He's refused to play. They're going to toe their club line and try and make themselves look like they're in control of the situation. When the reality is they're fighting a losing battle and they are keeping a player ultimately against their will, and that's what's happening here. So, I mean, what have we got going on in the chat? Roberto De Zerbi said yesterday he doesn't want players who don't want to play there. Yeah, it's so obvious. It's coming. You can tell with De Zerbi's comments yesterday as well that the tone is now starting to change at Brighton. The tone's changing, and this is we're getting closer to the end of this saga. People, we are getting closer. Somebody just say I think Brighton's lying. Of course they're lying. Yeah, of course they are. 94 plus 6 add-ons is the prediction. Fair. If they don't let him leave, he just needs to start scoring home goals on the opening day. Well, look, even if he's still there on the opening day, I don't think he plays. Nobody was training at Brighton today, day off. I don't think that is the case. Everton are plotting a move for Chelsea defender Trevor Chalobah. West Ham Palace also interested. Fair, I'll get into that. Big Six Diamond, big up. Guys, make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe to both channels as well. Really appreciate all the support. It's big numbers for a Monday night, but it's been a big news day today. It's been a big news day. No signings, but we are getting closer. People, you need to keep smashing that subscribe button. 145 of you locked in on my channel. 81 likes already. This could be a 200 liker tonight. This could easily be a 200 liker, people. So let's get it moving, guys. Let's get it moving. Will Nkunku play the Liverpool game? No, I don't think so. Let's get this to 100, guys. They did this with Cucurella. Yep, they absolutely did do it. Chalobah's better than Everton. Yeah, he is. I hope it's 90 plus 8. I'm not sure if it even will be 90 in the first place. I think it could be 85 plus 10, maybe. Come on, Pete. What do you reckon final price for Caicedo? Yeah, guys, put in the chat what you think the final price for Caicedo is going to be. FFP news. No, new 3-year cycle started in July, so we're fine. Brighton should know the place, then all the bigger club than us. They just need to shush. Chalobah is classy, shouldn't go. Look, ultimately, I think it's going to go down. It's going to come down to Trev. It's criminal to keep someone against his will. Hence, Brighton should release Caicedo now. Yeah, they will. Neymar would win us the league. I wouldn't go that far because I think we need a better goalkeeper to win the league. But it would certainly make a big difference. That's for sure. But we'll dive into all that Neymar stuff a little bit later on as well. Humphreys is better than Chalobah. I don't think so right now. If it's under 100 million, we won the negotiation. Yeah, absolutely. And I do think the total package will be just a touch shy of the 100 mil, guys. I think it will be. No turning back now. He's committed. Now we need to play our part. Absolutely. He's doing his part now. We need to do our part by putting an acceptable bid on the table, something we have so far not managed to do. 85 plus 10 add-ons. Yeah, that's what I think it's going to be. 90 plus 6, 90 plus 5, 85 plus 9, 95. I definitely think something big is about to happen. Big news is coming. Yeah, I think it is. Chelsea should not pay more than 90. Fair. Caicedo has been more than fair to Brighton. They promised he could leave this summer. If they had respect for him, they would have accepted our 80 mil. But I think, again, will Saudi come in for Sterling? I hope so. I don't really know. I'm going to go slap bang in the middle, 90. Look, I've maintained that I think a deal can be done for around £90 million. But this is the big breaking news today, guys, that the Moises Caicedo deal looks to be getting closer. He has missed training. He refused to play yesterday, despite whatever lines and PR that Brighton and De Zerbi are trotting out. And it looks like the deal's getting closer. He's trying to force a move to Chelsea now. So the player is holding up his part of the bargain. We as the club now need to hold up our part of the bargain and deliver an acceptable bid and bring this guy to Stamford Bridge and free him from his sentence at Brighton. We absolutely have to do that now. And the ball is in our court. Caicedo's doing his thing. We need to make sure that we do our thing as well. We need to make sure we do our thing. But look, guys, I feel this one's getting closer. And an Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo pivot is absolutely exceptional in my opinion. It is absolutely exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. And I think that really does elevate us and transforms us to a different level. This signing for me is the difference between finishing in the top 4 or 5 and not finishing in the top 4 or 5. It makes that much difference. It really does put us into, serious contenders to finish in that top 4, in those top 4 or 5 places, which without him is very, very unlikely. When do you think Tyler Adams will come? Maybe not this week, but I think certainly very, very close. I think the Caicedo thing will be announced before him. I'm not sure. I hope people realise Caicedo at 21 is pretty close to Kante levels of defensive contributions. Yeah, he's an absolute game changer. There's, again, that's been said by one Twitter account, which is not really the most reliable. Hasn't been confirmed by the club and hasn't been confirmed by any reliable journalist. So I would take that one with a slight pinch of salt. 85 plus 10. Yeah, he is fit. It is all mind games, all PR. There will come a time when Brighton will want some of our unwanted young gems and we'll just stall like we should. Yep. Kudos is also interesting. He didn't accept Brighton yet since July, so I think it might be happening. Yeah, apparently Ajax have given Brighton a 48-hour ultimatum to agree a move for Kudos. Otherwise, it's not happening. Yeah, both so young as well. 21 Caicedo, 22 Enzo Fernandez, which is ridiculous, really. Sterling plus 5 mil for Neymar. Mate, I need it as well, but it's not going to happen. Reckon we could get it done for 85 plus 10. I think so. Yes, Nick, big up, Mike. I hope you're good. Would Caicedo play on Saturday if we sign him? He wouldn't play on Saturday because we play on Sunday. And if Caicedo is to feature this coming weekend, then he needs to be registered by midday on Friday to comply with Premier League rules. Yeah, we could give him the number 25. I don't think is there a 25 at Chelsea currently? I don't think there is. Absolutely. Adams will not arrive till the Caicedo transfer is completed. I believe that to be the case as well. Let's have a look what else we've got going on in the chat, guys. Yeah, almost at 100. Run it up, guys. 6 more likes to hit the 100. This could definitely be a 200 likes night. There's already 400 of us locked in across both channels, people. We are smashing it today. Absolutely smashing it, if I don't say so myself. But yeah, are we allowed to start the league without a sponsor? Yep, there's nothing that states you have to have a front of shirt sponsor because Nottingham Forest played large parts of last season with no front of shirt sponsor. They've released their kits for the upcoming season. There's no sponsor on them either. They did have a bit of a thing with UNICEF, I think, or the United Nations, one of those two, as a charity thing that they ran on the front of their shirt. So, there's no rule stating that you have to have a sponsor on the front of your shirt. That much is very much clear. You don't have to have a sponsor. And I don't know if we are going to get a front of shirt sponsor in 6 days' time, because it's basically the end of Monday now. So we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We've got 5 days to sort this sponsor out, and then the sponsor needs to be printed on the shirts for Sunday. And needs to be printed on all the shirts for release on Monday. I hope they don't do something where they end up delaying the release of the shirt by like another week so they can print the sponsor on all the shirts. They better not do that. That would be peak if that does happen. What else is coming in the chat? They better not delay the release then for the jersey. I hope not. Caicedo uses 25 because of Antonio Valencia's career at Man United. Well, let's give him the 25 again. After Caicedo deal, who should we sign after that? Tyler Adams, and I mean, he's a Michael Elise or a Mohamed Kudus. And then Poch is still keen on another striker. We're going to get into that shortly, though, people. It's funny, we are yet to find a sponsor. Yeah, it's a strange one. I don't know really what's happening. I'm sure there's work going on behind the scenes because, we're not going to want to miss out on circa sort of 20 to 40 million pounds. Or maybe these other commercial deals we've signed, the likes of Hilton, Oman Air, etc., and things like that. Maybe those are their partnerships we've not had before. Maybe those are things to try and make up the loss of not having a sponsor. And maybe we do run sponsorless for this season. I don't know. Guys, one more like to the 100 likes. There's definitely, out of the 142 of us locked in, there's one of you that definitely hasn't pressed the like. So hover over that thumb button. Don't freeload the content, guys. 100 likes needs to be run up on the channel now. There we go. 100 likes. Right, let's push for the 200 now, people. You know what to do, guys. What else have we got here? They're making it when you purchase the top, you can get sponsor printed it. I don't know. I've not heard that anywhere. It does indeed. You are not better than Spurs, Arsenal, United, Liverpool. No, absolutely not, mate. Absolutely not. If we got a sponsor to the club, yeah, again, I think Neymar's not been happy at PSG for a while, bro. But at the same time, it's all very well saying that. But what would PSG deem an acceptable offer for him? And how many clubs can really afford him? There's not very many at all. I mean, Neymar to Saudi it's got Saudi written all over it, but he maintains that he doesn't want to go there. I think a player at 31, so talented, with still a lot to offer, regardless of what people think of him. I don't think he can really be taking that Saudi move, but I wouldn't rule it out. The Saudis will 100% try and get him. There's no two ways about it. Is it true? Yes, reportedly. We're going to dive into that as well. The funniest part, we kept Colwell, we get Caicedo, hijack Kudos, Brighton in the mud. Yeah, that would be class. We're better than Spurs, mate. It's not even a debate. I think Chelsea should wait. No, I don't think they did say it. No, they said that the reason for the delay on the jersey on the tops being available was because they wanted to try and find the shirt sponsor in time, and so they were going to sell them with a sponsor on, hoping that they'd have it sorted by August 16th. Because otherwise, all the shirts are ready, all those blank ones are there. They could have instantly sold them on the day of launch. Imagine a bunch of seagulls keeping hostage Kante's regen. Yeah, we need to down those seagulls. I mean, I wouldn't quite go that far, but who knows? Odegaard send Kovacic back to 12th. Who do you think we get? Elise or Kudos? It looks like Chelsea are more pushing for Elise, but we're going to dive into that. Potentially, yes. But yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, actually, he didn't, because we won the PL Summer Series. So if you lot are going to be flexing a glorified pre-season trophy in the Community Shield, then actually we won the Summer Series before you won the Community Shield. So it is what it is. But yeah, guys, anyway, just to kind of round out this Caicedo segment, people, it looks like things are happening. He's missed training. He refused to play yesterday. And he's now doing his bit to try and force this move. And he wants it done before the start of the season. Now, Chelsea and Brighton are back in direct talks. So let's wait and see what is going to happen, people. This is going to be big. I think we're very, very close now. But that is the big Moises Caicedo update for today. It's the major news regarding Chelsea. Bro, it's pre-season because it's before the season starts. These Arsenal fans are something else. Yeah, this is the main news here, that Caicedo's pushing for a move now. He's refused to play yesterday. He's refused to train today. He's told his agents that he wants to move. He's told the club that he wants to move. Chelsea and Brighton are back in direct contact, and I think a deal is going to be done this week, people. So stay locked in for that. This is big breaking news, developing news as we see it, that Moises Caicedo is forcing the move to Chelsea. It's now up to the clubs to agree a fee, and I think we're going to do that this week. So let's wait and see on that front, guys. Let's wait and see on that front. It's certainly something to be excited about, and it's certainly something to very much look forward to. But I think, we are going to get very close. Maybe tomorrow at some point a new bid goes in, or maybe Wednesday. But certainly towards the end of this, certainly first part of this week, we're banging for a Caicedo to Chelsea announcement. I think we're getting very, very close. Well, let's move away from Moises Caicedo now, but let's stick with the midfield and move on to Tyler Adams. But before we do that, guys, make sure you keep running up the likes and make sure you subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already, guys. I'm trying to get to 5K as quickly as possible, people. There'll be a Chelsea training kit giveaway at 5K. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, guys. Link is now in the chat. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please, 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 it takes less than 20 seconds to do. Click the link, click the subscribe button, and it massively helps me out. Something that doesn't seem like very much goes a long way, and it really supports me, and we can keep doing this and keep growing together. So looking to add as many subscribers as possible today. So let's all do our part here, people. Let's all do our part and support each other on the journey, guys. But let's ramp them up, people. So hit the link in the chat if you haven't done so already, and hit that subscribe button. It greatly helps me. But let's move on now. Arsenal fans are that bored they join a Chelsea channel. Yeah, they've come to listen to about a proper club. How many years of contract? I'd imagine it'd be a 7 or 8, probably. Carlton, thanks for your support as always, brother. Henrik, big up. Each like means one less point for Arsenal/United next season. Yeah, guys. That's exactly what it means. Let's run the likes up. 116. We're going to hit 200 tonight. I've got a feeling, people. We're going to hit the 200 mark. But moving away from Moises Caicedo, people, we are going to move on to Chelsea's pursuit of Leeds United and United States captain Tyler Adams. And it looks like we are getting pretty close here. So Chelsea are set to move for Tyler Adams to bolster Mauricio Pochettino's squad for the new season. Adams is seen as a deal independent of the Moises Caicedo pursuit, but also a player who would compete for a first-team place under Pochettino. Now, at a £20 million release clause, it makes perfect sense. Now, look, if you'd said to me at the start of the window, Chelsea are going to sign Tyler Adams, I would have been like, well, hang on a second, that's Is that what we should be doing? Is that a little bit? Are we lacking ambition there? Is that what we should be looking to go for? Then I would perhaps say maybe not. But actually, do you know what? The more I've thought about it, the more I've looked into him, the more that I've researched him and his style of play. I think this makes perfect sense. He's 24 years of age, so he's of the right age to be part of the long-term project. He's got leadership qualities in terms of being captain of the US, had a phenomenal World Cup, played really well in that. He's got European experience with RB Leipzig. He's got, of course, Premier League experience with Leeds. He performed very well in a side that was shocking last season that went down. He's got really good defensive attributes in terms of his duels, in terms of the amount of duels that he wins, the tackles that he wins as well. And despite people saying that, he's not really much of a progressive passer, he's a lot more progressive with his passing than people like to make out. And for £20 million for a rotational option in this day and age, I think it's an absolute steal. It really is, and I think it makes perfect sense as a rotation option. We're going to need four options in the pivot, right? And if you have Enzo and Caicedo with Santos and Tyler Adams as the backup options, that's massive. And but as Ben Jacobs says here, Tyler Adams is of interest to Chelsea not only because of an affordable relegation release clause, also a strong leader and versatile. Talks taking place this week, and people were losing their minds. Oh, why are we going for Caicedo instead of why are we going for Adams instead of Caicedo? That absolutely isn't the point. The two deals are independent of each other, and we are going for two midfield players, which is pretty much exactly what we are looking for, people. It's what we need. And again, that could have a bearing on obviously the loan market as well, guys. It could absolutely have a bearing on the loan market. We're going to have to wait and see. Again, that could have an issue on the loans. But I mean, people, what are your thoughts on a move for Tyler Adams? What are your thoughts, guys? How do you think Adams will help us? No, it wouldn't reduce Santos game time because you need rotational options. If you're playing a pivot, you need four options in that pivot. You absolutely do. So I don't think it affects Santos's game time at all. I still think Andre Santos stays, and it would be Caicedo, Enzo, Santos, and Adams. I don't think it would necessarily reduce Santos's game time. No. Good backup option. In my opinion, we need Caicedo, Vlahovic, Adams, Kudus, and Elise. We're not going to get all of those. My only concern with Adams is injuries. Again, he's not got the best injury record potentially, but he'd fit in perfectly at Chelsea with that. But look, again, if he's not going to be a first-team regular, he's going to be a squad rotation option. Yes, you don't want him to be injured, but I think at the same time, you can very much make the argument that, obviously you want him fit right now from the off, but if he's not going to be a regular starter, then if he's out for a couple of weeks, then it's not a complete disaster, people. What comment is that there, though? Where are we? Are we down here somewhere? Oh, Jesus, loads of stuff coming in, guys. Loads of stuff coming in. Enzo, here we go with something else because of deadline day. Yep, Adams is a class player. Again, I'd take that with a pinch of salt because it's not been confirmed by any sort of regular or official sources. So, yeah, we need to hold fire on that one slightly. Is Elise a son or relative of one of Sunday Elise who scored that amazing goal against Spain? I don't know what that goal is. I've got absolutely no idea. But Elise's brother, I think, is still at Chelsea in the academy. Sanchez or Kepa, what do you guys think? Kepa's to start with, but I think Sanchez can definitely displace him. Yeah, Palace want Lewis Hall, so that could be a possibility there. Santos could play 10, maybe. Again, guys, there's a thought potentially that with Nkunku missing certainly a first couple of games, you would imagine, maybe Pochettino has an idea that he might play Enzo Fernandez in the 10. We just don't know, guys. We just don't know. Where's big up, my guy? £20 million sounds perfect for Adams. Good squad filler. I absolutely agree. We don't want to be doing that because then we'll have a massively we'll have a bloated squad again, which is what we are trying to avoid at all costs. Yes to Adams, Caicedo, Elise, and Kudus. It will be three of those four, in my opinion. I think Adams needs development from Pochettino to be Chelsea material. I think he already is Chelsea material, but I think he is very good. Mike, big up. I have a gut feeling end of the window will be Caicedo, Adams, Elise, and Vlahovic. That is very, very possible. The last one definitely depends on Pochettino, but the first three I think are genuine targets and could happen. Santos could play 6 or 8 in midfield. I agree. If we get Adams along with Caicedo, then excellent. Yeah, I agree on that. It's a specialist ball winner. Do you think Nkunku will start this weekend? No, because he's injured. Yeah, the price is good. Again, Pochettino likes him. He played the most minutes out of anyone in pre-season. Read into that what you will. But Chelsea have always maintained that if an offer of around 45, 50 million pounds comes in, then they'd be prepared to sell the player. But yeah, what have we got here? Elise and was at Chelsea as a youth player. Yep, he was indeed. What happened to Ziyech? He will go. He will go. He's going. Him, Lukaku, Hudson-Odoi, Malang Sarr, etc. They weren't part of the travelling squad. They weren't part of the travelling party to the States. They're not going to play for Chelsea again. So it just depends when they get their move. But that is being sorted out imminently at this point in time. But those three won't feature for Chelsea again. That's for sure. But yeah, look, this Tyler Adams move, I'm a fan of it. I'll be honest. You know, at 24 years of age, it makes sense. He's got great ball winning attributes, great defensive attributes. So yeah, look, I think that this makes sense in terms of depth for sure. We need depth, and it makes sense. Is he better than Calvin Phillips? You could argue that he is potentially, or certainly at this point in time. I think overall, Calvin Phillips has obviously done a lot more potentially in his career, but last season, Tyler Adams was definitely better than Calvin Phillips, and people mentioned Calvin Phillips to Chelsea as a potential move, or have done. Look, I think this is a good deal. If we can get it done for £20 million, even better. A rotation option, good strength in depth, good squad players, got leadership qualities as well. I think there's a lot to like about this. I really do. What else have we got here? Can we hear more good news about Sterling going to the Saudis, please? I haven't got any news on Sterling to the Saudis. How serious is the Nkunku injury? Well, the only official updates we've had is that they're looking at weeks rather than months. But again, an unconfirmed report has suggested that it could be 1.5 to 2 months, but nothing's been confirmed by any credible or reliable sources at this point in time. Yeah. Am I the only one? Bro, I think you are the only one. I don't think we need 5 top-class players in. Pochettino wants another 4 signings, and I think 3 of those will be Adams, Caicedo, Michael Elise, and then the 4th, Poch is keen on another striker. We just don't know who that's going to be yet. I mean, it could be Dusan Vlahovic, but again, reportedly, Pochettino not massively keen on Dusan Vlahovic, so we've got to watch this space on that one, guys. But yeah, he wants 4 more signings. But I think that the squad's pretty decent. I think it is. I think it's all right. You know, I don't think it's like, look, it's not completed yet, but when it's completed, I do think this could be a pretty decent squad. No Vlahovic. Adams is a good buy. Yeah, I agree. I don't know when Nkunku returns. We don't know how long he's out for. When West Ham want to sign Gallagher and Breyer for 80 mil, yeah, we don't know how reliable it is. Yeah, look, Ugachukwu, I think, is going out on loan. A lot of promise there, a lot of potential, but I think it's clear that he will be going on loan. Chelsea rejected Mbappe because he was too small at youth level. No, I don't think they did. I don't think that is true. His injury history is almost a red flag. I don't think it is. Chelsea should sign Kudos and give update on. Again, there is no update on the Nkunku thing. Liverpool should get their tissue Sunday. They'll get beaten 10-0. I don't think it'll be 10-0, but let's see what goes. We can't be loaning people to Brighton. I know about Tyler Adams is a good signing. I think Tyler Adams is a good signing. I do agree. I'll play Enzo 10. What previous message is that, bro? You might have to put it in again. I don't know what the previous message was, brother. Put it in again so I can see it. But yeah, look, I think this is a move that will be easy to do. And you know, it makes sense. It's cheap. And it's a good squad option. It fits the right age profile to be part of the long-term project. He's got leadership qualities, captain of the United States. It's a cheap price, Premier League experience, European experience. Look, for me, it makes a lot of sense. And, you know, there are some negatives, of course, like there are with every transfer. But for me, I feel that the pros outweigh the cons. And, you know, Chelsea, you know, we've been desperate for us to be smarter and better in the transfer market. And this deal is definitely one of those. So, yeah, for sure. You know, in my opinion, it makes absolute sense for us to do this. So let's wait and see if we get any more developments on this one in the coming days this week. But, you know, by the end of this week, you know, Chelsea could potentially have 2 midfield players. But I think Adams will be a lot easier to... Adams will be easy and quick to conclude, in my opinion. The Caicedo one, I think, is where all the club's focus is at this current point. No two ways about it. It's definitely where we're at on that one. Why get him when we have a young CDM already played lots of first team games? He only started, I think, 13 games in France. It's not blocking his pathway, no. Ugachukwu will feature for Chelsea at some point over the coming years. The plan with Ugachukwu wasn't to use him now, and that does very much remain the case. We're not going to be using Ugachukwu now. Very smart player overall, agreed. Yeah, big up, brother. I appreciate that. Martin in a 10 role, could see that. Santos will stay. I think he will as well. We only have 4 games before the international break. Yeah, we do only have 4 games. You've got Liverpool at home, West Ham away, Luton and Forest at home. And then it's the international break, and obviously Bournemouth away is the one after that. Yes, big up, my brother. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Am I wrong in thinking that Chelsea retired the 25 shirt after the legendary Gianfranco Zola? I don't actually know for certain, so I can't say whether you're right or wrong or not. But has anyone worn the 25 since Zola? I actually don't know the answer to that. Is the 25 retired? Maybe it is, brother. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, mate. Unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that question. So if anyone does know, then do let me know, because I don't know the answer to that. So there we go, guys. There we go. I don't know the answer. But yeah, that's the latest on Tyler Adams. Chelsea are ramping up. So 25 is retired. Fair. Look, I think Adams is a good buy. No two ways about it, guys. I'd be very pleased with that. I think it's a good one. Yeah, bro, I have one as well, the yellow one. I think it's a 98 or 99 third kit or something from around that sort of time. But yeah, maybe the 25 is retired. Who knows? But yeah, guys, Tyler Adams to Chelsea looks like it could be getting closer. Chelsea are in talks with Leeds for the American midfielder to work out the finances of the deal. It should be an easy one to get done, and you know, I think it's a really good one. So yeah, let's wait and see how he progresses. But yeah, for sure. Definitely looks like 2 new midfielders could be coming into Chelsea and arriving very soon in Caicedo and Tyler Adams. And I think those will be the 2 midfield signings if we can get both of those deals done, people. But that is positive news on the Caicedo front, and that is positive news on the Tyler Adams front as well. No, it's not an overkill, because we need 4 options in the pivot. And if we have Santos, Enzo, Caicedo, and Santos, Enzo, Caicedo, and Adams, that makes perfect sense. Is Lukaku training alone? Bro, I've got absolutely no idea. Yeah, they should retire the number 9 shirt. Would take Vlahovic simply because it's only to get rid of Lukaku. But that's not a reason to sign someone, though. We need to be invested and actually want the player. That's my point. With Nkunku injured, who should we replace him in the attack? Well, maybe Chukwuemeka is going to play there. This is getting so close. It is getting very, very close now. It is getting close, people. We need to be fully aware that this deal is getting close, guys. But yeah, that's it. I think Adams and Caicedo are going to be the 2 that are going to come in. I would start Andre Santos if Caicedo is not done in time. Otherwise, it could well be Conor Gallagher. But yeah, let's move away from the midfield, guys, and let's obviously move on to attacking options. And let's start with Chelsea's pursuit of Michael Olise. But guys, remember, keep smashing those likes. Let's run it up. 138 likes on my channel, people. I think we can definitely get to 200 tonight. Let's try and get to 150 first, guys. 12 more likes. 130 of us still locked in. Don't freeload the content, people. Pay your rent, guys. Hover over that thumb button. Give it a click. It massively helps out. Let's run the likes up, guys. I would really, really appreciate it, people. And do the same on Chelsea Fan TV. And also, guys, help me on my way to 5,000 subscribers. There's over 400 of us in here, guys. There's plenty of you that definitely haven't subscribed. So I'll put the link in the chat now. Please just take 20 seconds of your time. Click the link. Press the subscribe button. Help me get to 5K as quickly as possible. It would be massively appreciated. You're all great people in here. You've helped me out massively. I'm glad you enjoy the content. If you could just help me out by hitting the like and clicking the subscribe button, I would be forever grateful. So make sure you do that. Let me know in the chat when you subscribed as well, and I'll give you a little shout out, people. But let's move on to Chelsea's pursuit of an attacking midfielder / winger. And we are going to move on to the Michael Elise news. So, according to Simon Jones in the Mail, Chelsea are working on a bid for Crystal Palace winger Michael Elise. Palace have not been happy about Chelsea's approach for Elise, who is also on Man City's radar. But Palace want Chelsea left-back Lewis Hall on loan. So it looks like we could be in a situation where we could well maybe use the Lewis Hall loan deal as a little bit of bargaining power in our pursuit of Michael Elise. That is certainly a possibility, guys. That could happen. I think that could definitely help us. Again, with Elise, I think he's definitely a great signing for us. But at the same time, people, he's not available till supposedly not available till October time. But I think Chelsea are waiting for more information on Crystal Palace on the extent of the injury, and so far they've not been forthcoming in providing that information. So let's wait and see kind of what happens. But in terms of him, I think he's a great signing. I think he's a very good player. He's talented. He's creative. I think he got 11 or 12 assists in the Premier League last season, which is big. It is big. You know, we didn't have anyone that creative at all in the league. So that would be a positive for us. You know, he knows the club as well. He came through the academy at Cobham, so he knows what it means. And he would, in theory, I don't want to. It's annoying when people say, "Oh, he'd be coming home," but you know, he kind of would be. He would be coming home. Again, him being injured is not ideal. But at the same time, you know, I don't think the injury is that serious. His injury record is very minimal anyway. People like to make a big deal of Michael Elise's injury record. There is hardly an injury record worth speaking about. If you go on transfer marks and look at it, there really isn't. No, he's not injury prone. This is what I'm just saying. Like if you actually look at his injury record, it's very minimal. There's hardly anything at all. So yeah, look, it's not ideal, but at the same time, you know, look, I think it shouldn't be a reason not to sign him. Yes, we obviously desperately want players that can come in and feature now, given Nkunku's injury and seemingly looking like he could miss the first few games of the season, certainly. We need someone to come in and play immediately. Look, we've got Carney Chukwuemeka, who needs to be trusted more by the club and get more opportunities. So maybe he can fill in there. But look, I think Elise is certainly would be a very good signing. And for around 35 minutes. Again, if they did, fine. We've all seen that picture of Mbappe, but I don't know. Maybe he had a trial or something about that. You know, possibly. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is a long time ago, and it's not that relevant now. I think we should take Neymar on loan to play on the right side of the attack. I mean, I don't know if a loan move for Neymar is viable or not. Prefer Kudos. I don't know why Chelsea. Look. Again, look, he's injured now. He's not. At least he's not injury prone. What's your view on Eze? Like, I think Eze is a fantastic player, really talented. But again, Elise is cut from the same cloth. Two very, very good players. The more people talk about injuries, the more players get injured. Possibly. Maybe we should stop talking about injuries, people. Yeah, Wesley's a decent Premier League signing, but Eze would have been better. I don't know. I think Elise is very talented. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Elise. He is a very, very good player. No two ways about it. He's a good player. What else have we got going on here? Look, for me, I'm happy with either. I just think that Mohamed Kudus fits the Pochettino system and the Pochettino profile of player more than Michael Elise does. But again, I don't think there's an awful lot of difference between the player. Elise obviously clearly more creative. Kudus got a better eye for goal. Probably slightly more versatile as well, given he can play 10, he can play right side, and he can also play as a false 9 if we decide to go that way. But look, Elise's got that Premier League experience. He knows the club, having been at Cobham. He's very creative as well, which is something that Chelsea do obviously clearly lack. So Yeah, look, look, people. I'm not too fussed with either way. If we get Elise, great. If we get Kudos, great as well. I think two very good players. So that's where we go. That's where we're at right now. So those are my those are my thoughts on the Kudos Elise debate. But it's interesting on Mohamed Kudos as well, guys, that Ajax have reportedly, according to Dutch media, given Brighton a 48-hour deadline to agree a deal with Kudos. Otherwise, the deal is off and he's not going anywhere unless what they deem an extraordinary offer is received. So the pressure is very much on Brighton to get a decent to get a deal done quickly. And I wouldn't, whilst it may seem unlikely, guys, I wouldn't fully rule out still Chelsea may be looking at going for Kudos, but at the moment it looks like that Michael Elise would be more likely, and Chelsea are working on a bid. So I mean, I don't know what work there is to do on a bid. You just got to decide how much you want to pay. I mean, surely it can't be that hard. I don't know why. I would love to know what work. Excuse me, guys. What work needs to be done to put a bid in? Surely you're just like, right, how much are we going to pay? What do we think the player's worth? What's our limit we're prepared to go to? Right, let's start a little bit less than that, and then we'll start we'll start the negotiations. In Kunku, look, there's no official confirmation. Chelsea are hopeful it'll be weeks rather than months, and that's the only updates we've had, other than a rogue report on Twitter with someone saying it could be between 1 and 2 months. So that is the update. Imagine we got Caicedo and then stole Kudos in the last minute. Yeah, that would be great, and still having Colwell as well. Brighton are in the process of cloning Caicedo. Yeah, they'll find someone else for sure. They always do. I like Neymar, but he's not coming to Chelsea. No, I don't think he is. Particularly if we sign Elise or Kudos, then I don't see either of those moves happening for us, guys. I really don't. I don't see either of those moves coming. BW, big up, my guy. Appreciate it. All the way from Florida, massive. Big up to all the Chelsea fans out in America. Great to see so many American fans being able to enjoy the preseason tour. It's a hard slog getting up in the early hours and watching Chelsea. So yeah, I found that out in preseason. I just didn't do it. So yeah, fair play to all you overseas fans. And yeah, big up from Florida, bro. Appreciate your support. I've heard Brighton not getting Kudos affects our chance. No, that absolutely doesn't. They're totally separate deals. I'll take Neymar over Sterling any day of the week. Yeah, agreed. Jacob Steinberg. Yeah, I think everyone knows it's going to take around £100 million to get Caicedo. It doesn't necessarily mean 100 million up front. It means £100 million total package. That's always been the case, I think. So yeah, we're going to need it. Let's get Caicedo and hijack this Kudos from Brighton. Yeah, we could do that. Again, the striker one's interesting. We are going to move on to that onto the striker thing shortly. But you look at it, and Chelsea have been. Nicholas Jackson has surprised Chelsea, surprised a lot of us with how well he's done in pre-season. And the idea, like, Poch is open to signing another striker. That much is clear. But it's got to be the right one. And it depends who it is. He's not massively keen on Dusan Vlahovic, and I think the club needs to respect his wishes on that one, despite it being appealing to get rid of Lukaku. So it's going to be interesting to see what other strikers we might go for. Do we go back in for Wahi and he ends up being an extra striker? Or I mean, I don't really know what route we're going to go down, but I don't know if we are going to sign another striker or not, or what Chelsea have got planned. I mean, it could certainly be an interesting one. The only way Kudos signs for them over us is if he's tied to a chair with a gun at his head. Yeah. Maybe that's what we need to do. Burnley needs to look at the players on FIFA 23 before bidding on anyone. I hope we get all our signings done before. Yeah, no, we will. Yeah, Ajax are giving Brighton a taste of their own medicine here, and it's thoroughly deserved. Bowley does like Neymar. And look, the one thing I would say about the Neymar thing is that ever since Bowley's come in, they have wanted to try and secure some sort of marquee signing. They've always been keen for a marquee signing, like someone that's very marketable, someone that is going to do the business. And they tried for Cristiano Ronaldo. We know that. So Neymar is another one that always gets linked with Chelsea. Bowley has had meetings with Nasser El Khalifi, the PSG president, not specifically about Neymar. Neymar was discussed amongst other things. So, there is an interest there from Chelsea potentially, but I think with the way that the club are going, the route we're looking to go down, the type of players we're going for, the project we're looking to build, etc., that Neymar doesn't really fit into any of that. But then again, it is Neymar, and he's an icon, one of the best Brazilian players of his generation, probably the Brazilian player of his generation. And from a fan perspective, it would be fantastic to see him. Of course, it would be fantastic to see him. And would I get a Chelsea shirt of Neymar on the back? Absolutely, because it's iconic. And, you know, you can say, oh, that's marketing working at its best, and it is. But the idea of a player as talented as Neymar wearing a Chelsea jersey is great. But I think the reality is that I don't know how it adapts to the Premier League, and I'm not really too sure how it would really work out for us. But would I get a Chelsea shirt of Neymar on the back? I absolutely would. But yeah, with the Elise situation, guys, Chelsea preparing the bid, waiting for more information from Crystal Palace to the extent of that hamstring injury. And then we're going to have to go from there. But I don't think anything's going to happen with Elise until certainly Caicedo's done. Maybe even more until maybe with Tyler Adams done as well. But right now, the focus is definitely on the midfield. And then I think we'll start to see things moving in the direction of Elise. Sources claim, sources have been wrong so many times this transfer window. A lot of them have, yeah. I think Aston Villa, mate. I think Aston Villa, this might sound ridiculous, but Aston Villa are capable of finishing in the top 5 places for sure. Maybe, but I think Ollie Watkins needs another full season of proving that he can bang goals in. And then if he does really well this season, bangs in 15 to 20 league goals, then there's a conversation to be had about him stepping up a level. But Aston Villa is an exciting project right now. So yeah, I think he should stay put where he is for the time being. Yes, brother, all good, all good. Go for Wahi. I mean, Wahi, look, got 20 league goals in Liga last season. He's a decent player. There's potential there for sure. Again, I don't know whether it's right for us or not. He certainly wouldn't be coming in right now either. Missing Eden Hazard. Well, yeah, I guess, again, I just think this Lukaku saga needs to end. I agree on that. Neymar, attitude issues. Poch does know Neymar from their time there. What are we going to do in January when Jackson goes to the African Cup of Nations? That's a good question. I don't really know at this point in time. I don't really know. Stadium. Chelsea have acquired a piece of land near like where some mansions are, like backing off Stamford Bridge, but they've got permission to use it, but they need to get the permission from the residents that they're happy to be rehomed. But so we have to wait and see on that one. But otherwise, mate, there's no real update on the stadium. But I think, again, that's going to be a slow burner and one that develops over the remainder of this year and into next year. Neymar would be an incredible marquee signing. It would be a marquee signing. No, brother, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support and thank you for tuning in. It's not the same without you guys tuning in, and the channel isn't the same without you lot tuning in. So it works both ways. I provide the content. We provide the content on Chelsea Fan TV, and you guys support the channel. And it's great to interact with you and meet so many great people along the way as well. Neymar, not for me. The issue with the AFCON is that players' form changes drastically depending on how their country performed. Potentially. But yeah, guys, let's move away from Elise then. Bid imminently seems to be coming in. And let's move on to the news about this here. So, according to Fabrizio Romano on his YouTube video from this afternoon, that is the right date. Yep. Chelsea and Juve have a new round of talks this week in regards to the Vlahovic-Lukaku swap deal. Pochettino needs to say yes or no on Vlahovic. Also, Chelsea are seeing if there's any other possibility for Lukaku. Otherwise, they have to make a decision on Vlahovic. Now, we know that the Saudi bid is still on the table for Lukaku. And a report from The Athletic has suggested that, Chelsea are trying to, push Lukaku towards that Saudi deal. But it's obviously, he's not keen on that. He wants to stay in Europe. Look, I appreciate that, fair enough. But, he might be in a situation where if Poch says no to Vlahovic and this deal falls through, then his only choice is play no football for a year with his summer at the Euros, or you go to Saudi. And he may well have to go to Saudi. Bro, I appreciate it, man. I just accumulate the news for the day and then have a little chat about it, give my thoughts. But yeah, no, bro, I appreciate the support. As always, it is greatly appreciated by everyone. I'm just a guy chatting in a room about Chelsea, giving my views, and the fact that so many people like to tune in is a real pleasure and an honour. So yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, look, Chelsea obviously new round of talks. I think the big thing here that's key is that, Chelsea are giving the manager the say on this, because I think in times gone by, this still would have just been done. And, tough shit, this is the striker you're working with, and you've got to somehow work a deal. Now, it's great that Pochettino's been given the power on this, the final say on it. And that's absolutely right. He's the manager. He's the one picking the team. He's the one that kind of is got the ideas and is going to see how it works. And if he doesn't think Vlahovic is the right fit as a player, doesn't think he's got the right attitude or the right personality or whatever it may be, or he's not a fan of him, then that has to be respected. And we need to move on and find a different solution for Romelu Lukaku. That is the reality of the situation at this point in time, guys. But I mean, look, Vlahovic he's not a shit striker. The Fiorentina Vlahovic was very, very good, a top level striker. And of course, in his first 2 seasons at Juventus, he scored over 20 goals in Serie A. Even last season, which was a poor season in a poor Juve side under Allegri playing awful football, we still got 10 league goals, which is more league goals than anyone scored for Chelsea at all. So yeah. We can't be sort of like turning our nose up at Vlahovic when we've put up with Kai Havertz for the last 3 years. So yeah, we've got to be honest with ourselves here. Am I a fan of Dusan Vlahovic? Yes. Do I think he's the right fit for Chelsea? Not necessarily, people. I don't necessarily think he is the right fit. And we have to respect what the manager wants on this, in my view. We have to respect what the manager wants, because at the end of the day, too many times have Chelsea overridden managerial decisions and kind of just taken things into their own hands and left the manager to kind of deal with the fallout. So, it's look, this swap deal is this, as I've said before, this swap deal is not ideal. It's 2 clubs that are desperate to get rid of a centre forward that there is no market for outside of this swap deal. So, again, Juventus have always maintained the only way they bring Lukaku in is if Vlahovic goes. So that's what's going to have to happen. We've also got Datro Fofana as well. I completely forgotten about him. He's had a really good pre-season with Union Berlin, scoring a few goals, looking like a good player. Again, he's another one. So we have got to be careful here. Look, we probably do need another striker potentially. Let's kind of wait and see what's going to happen on that one. So look, I'm not against it, of course, but I think we need to do better. Carlito, big up. Yeah, look, but yeah, I've look, anyone that calls their Twitter account the Chelsea Source and then has a couple of thousand followers, it doesn't seem particularly legit. So until we get some more concrete confirmation from more reliable sources, I am treating it just as that made up. I mean, there's nothing stopping myself, you, or anyone in the chat going on Twitter and saying, "Oh, I've been told that Nkunku's out for 2 months." Look, if it subsequently proves to be right or pure coincidence that it's right, then fair enough. Hold my hands up and I'll apologise. But I agree with you. I feel it's completely made up. But in terms of the Vlahovic swap, guys, ultimately for me, my closing thoughts on that matter are it's got to be down to Pochettino. If he wants to do some Vlahovic, let's do it and let's try and negotiate Juve down from. They want 34.5 million and Lukaku. I just think that's too much. If we can get it to under 30, then maybe we should look to go for that deal. But I just don't think it represents good value for money at this current point in time. Maybe Pochettino must give Vlahovic the benefit of the doubt and sign Vlahovic, but on the condition that Lukaku goes to Juventus. Look, the asking price needs to drop. Chelsea can't be paying 34 million and Lukaku for Dusan Vlahovic. That absolutely can't be the case. You've got to do what the manager wants ultimately, or try and do our best. You can't always get your first choice targets. I'm fully aware of that. But if you can't get your first choice, you've certainly got to land your second choices. If you're going below your second choice targets, then I think you need to forget it and work with what you've got and work on improving what you've got. When you start going third and fourth on the list, you're in dodgy territory, in my opinion, guys. So yeah, look, we're going to have some sort of updates on the Dusan Vlahovic swap deal at some point in time this week, hopefully. I mean, guys, what's your gut feeling on this one? What do you think? Obviously, all the reports that we've had are saying that, you know, Pochettino's not keen on him, but Chelsea are going to discuss internally before making their final decision. But yeah, guys, what are your thoughts? What do you think's gonna happen, people? Do you see this Vlahovic Lukaku swap deal going through? Let me know your thoughts. No need for Lukaku 2.0. This is Juve shifting a bad deal on us. Yeah, look, I tend to agree. If it was a straight swap, fine. But the fact they want £34.5 million as well is, yeah, that's a madness in my mind, and utterly ridiculous. We can't be doing that. We can't be doing that, people. Again, that's just a made up Twitter account. I think that story is fabricated and made up. He could well be. He could well be, but ultimately, until it's confirmed by any legit sources, I'm taking that as with a massive pinch of salt. Vlahovic is not bad, especially if we need Lukaku out, but we shouldn't be signing. We shouldn't be signing someone because it's a way to get rid of a player. That is not a reason for signing someone. The reason you sign a player is because you believe in them, you're committed to that player, and you think they're going to make a difference, and you can work on them and you can improve them. You know, you don't sign a player because it means you can get rid of a player you're desperate to get rid of. That is not the right way to be going about any sort of business whatsoever, people. That just isn't that isn't the right thing to be doing, guys. That's one thing that is for certain. That is just simply not the right thing to do. What else have we got going on here? Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. I hope you've had a good day. Caicedo skipped training, trying to force a move now. We've been talking about a bid for Elise. We've been talking about Tyler Adams. That move is getting closer. And now we're just onto the Dusan Vlahovic Lukaku swap deal. Anyway, if Nkunku misses more than 2 games, we're done for. I don't think we're done for, but it's not ideal. Vlahovic and Morata potentially. If Vlahovic happens, doubt it will be very late in the window. It will be very late in the window. Yeah, we need to get a deal below 30. I agree on that. Bayern want to get Kane, so we go for him for free next season. Look, if Kane ends up staying and he has the balls to leave on a free transfer, which I still don't think he does, but he could prove us wrong, then absolutely Chelsea need to be. We dramatically increase our chances of getting him, for sure. But again, Bayern, if they don't get Kane, which obviously their latest bid was rejected, they could turn to Dusan Vlahovic potentially, and that could be an out. That could be an out for Juventus there as well. Yeah, but you need to understand that the market is fluid and we can't go into the season with only Nico and Breyer. Yeah, no, look, I hear that, but is Vlahovic the right answer? I don't really know. Look, if we can get it to 25 and Poch wants Vlahovic, just do it. I think that's fair. I don't really know. I think it will be Chukwuemeka, but I wouldn't completely rule out Enzo Fernandez playing slightly more advanced in that 10 role, and we put someone else in the pivot. Maybe we go Santos Caicedo in the pivot. Maybe I don't really know. I think Lukaku and Caicedo, Lukaku and Vlahovic are very much similar player in terms of, obviously Vlahovic is 7 years younger, but they're in a similar mold. They are a similar mold. Where does it say that? Who's reported that? My Twitter notifications are. Where have you seen that, bro? Or is that just? I don't want to say you've made it up, but where have you seen that? Because I certainly haven't seen it. So please do let me know where you've seen that, because I've not seen it anywhere. I'm sure Pochettino will put his foot down on strikers. I think he will as well. Harry Kane, again, not officially confirmed, but with that Bayern bid being rejected, and you would seemingly think that is their last bid, maybe that's going to be the case. Absolutely no chance. The only place that's happening is FIFA. Vlahovic is more mobile than Lukaku. Yeah, no, he is, for sure. I will start Sanchez against Liverpool. Yeah, but he won't. Oh, get French football news. Let me have a quick look, bro, and I'll bring that up. Get French football news. Let me have a quick look. I don't have notifications switched on for them. Oh, big. Yeah, guys, let's bring this up on the screen then. Let's discuss. We'll move away from this. Let's talk about Neymar to Chelsea in a bit more depth, people. So, get French football news. Pretty good for French football news, obviously. Breaking. Neymar's entourage is in continued discussions with Chelsea. Now, obviously, we know that these deals, these links were going to happen, of course, because Chelsea have been linked with Neymar in the past, one of the only clubs that can afford Neymar. But is Neymar, 31 years of age? Is he the answer to what we're looking to do? Is he a player that's worth breaking our wage structure for slightly detouring away from our project for? Maybe he is. I mean, look, I'll be interested to see how this develops. But as I was saying earlier, it's very clear that Todd Boehly has wanted a marquee signing. He's wanted a big name. He's wanted somebody. He tried to not force Ronaldo on Tuchel as such, but he wanted to sign Ronaldo, and obviously Tuchel wasn't having it. And it looks like this time Neymar could be another. It could be another possibility, people. It could be another possibility, guys. We are going to have to wait and see on this one, people. I mean, what are we saying, guys? What are we saying? Would you people be a fan of the Neymar move? What do you think? How much? Again, we've got no idea how much PSG would ask for. I wouldn't totally rule out a loan move. Maybe we don't need Neymar. I need Neymar number 10. Yeah, again. I would only accept Neymar if we sell Sterling. With Angelo leaving on loan and Noni doubtful, we might need a right wing too. We're real bit. Yeah, no, I hear that. It's Fabrice Hawkins too. Fabrice Hawkins is saying it as well. Yeah, no, that's fair. What players have not been linked to each transfer window? I don't know. I'm not sure if it is. Look, it probably isn't a Poch target. I imagine it's more being driven by the club, effectively. Let me bring this up from Fabrice Hawkins as well, people. And see if he's added a bit more flesh to the bones there. Has he said anything different? When did he say this? No. Where's he? Have I just not got his notifications switched on? Or have he said, did he say this ages ago? I've not seen anything from Fabrice Hawkins on Neymar, unless that's literally come in the last few minutes. I will try and find it. But I don't think it has. But yeah, there it is. There it is. Neymar ex Chelsea potentially. RMC Sport via Get French News. It has been confirmed by Fabrice Hawkins that Neymar's entourage is in continued discussions with Chelsea people. This could be, this is basically exactly the same as that, just obviously tweeted from his account. Neymar will just come for, yes, Neymar talks. Surely mean Elise to City? No, not necessarily. Maybe, guys, maybe. And Neymar can play that number 10 as well. I mean, I don't want to sit here and get excited, guys. I don't want to sit here and get excited. But mate, it's happening. Who knows? Poch needs to be the one signing players. Can't be Todd buying them. No, look again. I think Poch would have to have a say and a sign off on it. Absolutely, I do absolutely agree on that one. Will Neymar take a drastic pay cut? Well, he'll absolutely have to. He's on about 600k a week at PSG. He'd have to take a drastic pay cut. Even if we took him on loan and paid 50% of his wages, that is still 300 grand a week, which is obviously that's in line with Raheem Sterling, the top earner at the club. But yeah, it's still a phenomenal amount of money. It really is. Bring Neymar. Let's go, Neymar. We need some samba and swag in the squad. Neymar will be only for himself. I would buy a Chelsea shirt with Neymar's name. Yeah, of course I would. Caicedo deal, getting close. I think it's going to happen this week, a deal. Ramos to PSG. Yeah, he's gone. For marketing, maybe a good idea. Absolutely for marketing. Again, like football's a business and it unlocks, huge market out in Asia and obviously in the Brazilian market as well. He's 31. How are you liking my Neymar? Mate, I don't have Boehly's number. I don't have Boehly's phone number. So yeah. But look, this could potentially happen, people. I don't really know. Only positive I can see from Neymar, besides the amazing attacking output, is the amount of money we make off selling his shirt. Yeah, for sure. Caicedo and Neymar, and we're top 3. Maybe we are. That's ridiculous to pay that when we are bringing pay down. Yeah. Do you think Nkunku will be? No, he absolutely won't. No. What is this stupid possible new sponsor deal? We haven't got any new sponsorship deal yet. Neymar would be a good signing. Can play as a 10, can also play left and right. Yeah, look, he absolutely can. He could even play as a number 9 if we needed it. If we needed him to do so. So look, it's not going to be, look, it's not going to be Elise, Neymar, and Kudos. It is going to be one of those three players. Now, just because we're in talks with the entourage, there's still a long way to go on that front. But if we sign Neymar, it would be an absolute madness. Look, I would be fully here for it. I mean, again, if you think logically about it, no, probably not. But I mean, it would be a dream, wouldn't it? If we're being honest, it would be a dream. Neymar shirt. Oh, of course it would. Absolutely, it would. Neymar will want Champions League football, so that rules us out. No, I don't think it necessarily does. Too old at this stage, wouldn't cut it in the PL. Vlahovic still, Chelsea and Juventus are going to have new meeting this week to discuss it. It's all down to Pochettino on whether he wants Vlahovic, guys. Yeah, he does. He always seems to get injured around February time, and then takes a bit of time off to enjoy with his sister's birthday. That seems to always happen. Question is, he's on an astronomical salary. Only other place who will pay such salary is Saudi. Yeah, he would ruin the wage structure. He had to take a massive pay cut. Neymar and Mbappe. Obviously, I'd rather have Mbappe, but that's never happening. So Neymar is obviously far more possible, guys. It is far more possible. No one is more injury prone than Reece James and Fofana. I'd love a Neymar shirt for Chelsea. Yeah, everyone would. People are lying if they wouldn't. Will Neymar come to Chelsea without Champions League football? Again, that's the big question. Chelsea in conversations with Neymar's entourage. I guess they'd just be sounding out possibilities of the deal, etc. Would he come with no Champions League football and all that sort of thing? I think that's dead, to be perfectly honest. There's been absolutely nothing on that for a while now. How will he survive playing through Christmas? I don't really know. I mean, yeah, this is exciting. Of course, it's exciting, but again, there's a long way to go before going from in conversations to, being him holding up the shirt. So let's wait and see. But Neymar's camps are in talks with Chelsea people. So let's kind of wait and see what does happen on that front. I mean, I don't know for certain what's going to happen, but yeah, let's wait and see. Look, it'll obviously be an absolute marketing dream. It would be amazing if it happens. You know, we'd all love to see Neymar strutting his stuff at Stamford Bridge and in the Premier League. Of course we would, but I don't know what the exact situation is going to be, and whether he would come with no Champions League football. How much of a pay cut is he prepared to take? How much money would PSG want? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that need ironing out in these discussions. But Chelsea are in contact with Neymar's entourage, which is massive. I mean, Neymar to Chelsea would be huge, people. It really would be huge. Yeah, you know, they're massive. Yeah, it's been confirmed now by Get French Football News. It's RMC Sport. It's Fabrice Hawkins now as well. New striker target. Well, Neymar could potentially play there as well. The team will become unbalanced. Yeah, well, look, we do need to calm down. Of course we do. Of course we need to calm down. So, I mean, yeah, let's wait and see, guys. But yeah, people, I think it's going to be a good point to round this video out. Let's round the stream out, guys. We've had a lot to get through tonight, a lot of stuff. It's been a great show, as always. A really good start to the week, guys. Well over 170 likes. Let's try and get to 200 on the way out, guys. Another 30 likes. Still 123 of you in here. Let's try and get our way to 200 likes on the way out. I mean, Neymar would be a dream, people. What are we saying in the chat? Update on Nkunku? Nothing at the moment. If we sign Neymar, the other clubs will say he's come for the money. He will fall off his chair when Chelsea say we can offer 150k a week. Thanks, Neymar linked to Inter Miami. Yeah, maybe as well. Moise Caicedo deal entering final stages. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. Olise, Neymar, Martz, Jackson, Martson would be good. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. Let's hope so. Neymar's an amazing player, no doubt. If he can get his attitude fixed up a bit, would be a threat for sure. Ugachuk will probably go out on loan for sure. Who will replace Nkunku for the Liverpool game? I mean, is that true? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, guys, it's been a great stream. Massively appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning in. On the way out, people, if you could please do two very small favors. Smash the likes and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, guys. Link is in the chat. On the way out, people, please click the link. It takes you 10 seconds. Click the subscribe button. Help me get towards 5K as quickly as possible. And there'll be a giveaway of a Chelsea training shirt at 5K, guys. Quicker we get there, quicker you've got the chance of winning a shirt. Big up to everyone, guys. Smash the like, subscribe. Appreciate all of you. Let's hope some more big news tomorrow. I could be back later tonight if we get some big breaking news, people. Who knows? But, guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.